road wasn't going to be easy.
Hello everybody, welcome to your live watch along of Chelsea versus Everton in the Premier League. We are without 4 players due to positive tests today, but let's go and let's get that 3 points today, and let's kick on and continue on our season. Let's go. Go on, Chelsea!
Thanks very much indeed, Darryl, and good evening, everybody.
Guys, vote in the chat who you guys want to win, Chelsea or Everton.
And it's a pretty important one for Chelsea. They've lost a little bit of ground lately. They're 5 points now off Manchester City. This is the game in hand, and against a very depleted and out of form Everton, it's a chance that they cannot afford to.
Go on, Chelsea!
Let's check the team news for you.
I'm going to give you the Chelsea and Everton team news right now.
The country. Chelsea victims include Romelu Lukaku, Timo Werner.
Here we go. Chelsea lineup is Mendy in goal, Aspilicueta, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, James, Loftus-Cheek, Jorginho, Alonso, Ziyech, Pulisic, Mount on the bench, Kepa, Bertinelli, Alaba, Christensen, Sark, Ante, Saul and Barkley. That is your team to play Everton today. Your Everton team is Pickford, Kenny, Godfrey, Holgate, Keane, Braithwaite, Iwobi, Andreas Gomez, Gordon, Sims and Decore, and then you got the bench there, and there we go.
And John Joe Kenny also called up Alex Iwobi and Anthony Gordon. Damari Gray is missing tonight, so is Fabian Dahl, joining a casualty list with Calvert Lewin, Richarlison, Townsend, Mina, with Seamus Coleman and Allen only fit enough for the bench. Well, Lucy Ward is with me, and Lucy, this is a very experimental Everton side.
Yeah, go on, boys!
They've got to stay compact, absorb pressure and exploit the pace of the wide players. Injuries to Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison, they need a focal point in attack and they've not really got one. Need to be at the best tonight without these key players. Now we know about Chelsea, they're expansive, they connect passes really well.
What are you doing?
A well-driven movement in possession's excellent. They've got a terrific work ethic.
Ooh,
they're happy to leave the
is stuff gone missing?
Flood the opposition half and dominate in numbers.
What a night.
Yeah.
Sims pressed into duty here, 20
right,
years of age. He did get 10 goals in Blackpool's promotion season.
Oh, you twat.
Last season.
What are you doing? Oh, stop nicking my food. Have your own food.
Run of his career in the Premier League. He's scored in the
Have your own
last
food.
3 games in the campaign and looks back to his old self after admitting he was a little tired and jaded earlier on in the campaign.
All right.
Despite all the problems at the moment, there are a lot of empty seats at Brighton last night. Not so many here. Chelsea fans are gathered to see if their side can just get a bit more momentum into the title challenge. They were at the top, they were 3 points clear, but over the last 6 games they've dropped 7 points in that time. Liverpool have dropped only 3 and Manchester City none at all. Watches are synchronised. The players, as ever, take the knee before the game to, it has to be said, pretty warm applause from all the spectators here. And Everton,
There we go, Everton, get us underway, folks. Let's go! Go, Chelsea!
Underway. I think everybody, once we got the Everton lineup tonight, was scratching their heads trying to work out, well, how are they going to play this then? With so many changes.
Yeah, I think we presumed that we're going to play a back 5, back 3, but it's so difficult for players to change to a 3 when they've not really been playing it during the season. It's going to be a tough night for Everton. Obviously Chelsea are missing
Good soundboard this is,
some
Jack.
players, but probably won't hurt their squad as much as it hurts
This
Everton.
is the sound from the soundboard.
Chelsea got
Or if I go even louder, you'll be able to see even better.
a little bit of a wobble. He will be hoping that his team gives everything tonight because they'll have to be on top form, and
let me do this.
they want a little bit of luck as well to get anything.
Benitez back at Stamford Bridge, who was in charge here for 6 months. Fans didn't really take to him during that time, but he did deliver the Europa League.
Now, mate.
Push it down. Sorry about this, folks. We're just Just putting some stuff in the bin. But it is Chelsea 0, Everton 0. Played about a minute and 20. And if I'm doing this, I'm just putting out the bin, my bin out. You always want to be safe that you don't have anything.
Campaign, and he did impress. But it's his first league start in this campaign.
So
it's a great opportunity for the kids. They'll be relishing it. The kids tend to come into teams and be fearless.
Come on, Charles!
The game to play them.
Oh, referee! Twat!
Michael Oliver tonight didn't.
Oh, referee, you are a twat. You don't want to be dressed like that, because I'll be jumping on the bed. If we score.
And if we don't score.
How they feeling? How they feeling?
Jorginho got 2, including one in the 94th.
Oh, you got? Oh, you don't get your drink. Yeah, I got. Not the drink I bought you, the Coke.
What?
The Coke, don't forget, because you're going to have that.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Towards Sims, that's his first touch in the Premier League. That little flick wasn't a bad one.
Watch out! Guys, put your questions in the chat. Every time any questions you guys put in front of me.
John Joe Kenny has only made 1 substitute appearance in the Premier League this campaign. Kenny, he's in tonight as well. They haven't got very many minutes under their belt.
And then after this, we can play a bit of
in the top
PlayStation afterwards, and then we can then go and watch a movie.
Everton's white tonight, change outfit, of course, for them.
They've actually started at quite a high tempo, Everton. And Chelsea had the ball at the back. They had players forward, putting them under pressure.
As you've seen in previous streams when I've done Chelsea, I tend to get a lot stressed. Man. Come on, boys. Let's keep the passage going.
Mason now.
Unfortunately, when I stream, I can't wear the official away shirt because it seems how it doesn't want to work with the green screen.
19 years of age. Had a loan at Blackburn Rovers in the Championship last year.
Come on, boys.
Tony Rudiger. And Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who's
on.
his 5th Premier League start in a row here.
Guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
Defeat at West Ham in that particular game. Jorginho.
Oh, man.
I think they were hoping, weren't they, to start Romelu Lukaku tonight, but he is one of the COVID victims.
Yeah, I think Tuchel has said that he didn't really want to start him until he was fully fit. Probably get 70 minutes out of him, but obviously best laid plans and all that. I think Tuchel's probably not really as worried about the clean sheets, the more the fact that they've conceded 8 goals in 3 games in Chelsea. Now, you're always at risk of conceding a goal in the Premier League, whether you do everything right or not, but I think that just the amount of goals that Chelsea have conceded.
Come on, boys.
Worries Tuchel.
Everton settling into a back 5.
Oh, we've gone back 5. Oh, we ain't going to score at this rate then.
Sims. And here's Godfrey in a rather unfamiliar left wing back role. Anthony Gordon with some nice work. Gomez was dispossessed. And here's Hakim Ziyech, one of the 2 changes from the weekend.
Oh, for God's sake.
Doesn't start.
I'm only getting stressed out. It's only 5 minutes in.
Actually started quite well, Everton, but the problem is when they lose the ball.
Here's Jorginho.
Yes! Yes! Oh, you cunt!
Somehow.
Well, every single person in this stadium thought that was going in the back of
It
the net.
was!
A terrific run.
Oh, wait. Oh, cunt!
On the outside of Godfrey. As Reece James get himself in a good position, and we see
I could have scored that with my eyes closed.
From Reece James that he can finish once he gets in those positions. He tries to curl it round. Pickford let off for Everton.
Yeah, he's got 5 goals this season. Remember those 2 he blasted in at Newcastle with either foot in unerring fashion.
Oh, he's some player, Reece James, has terrific loan spells away from this place, which quite a lot of the young players do, but he's come back in and he's one of the mainstays, isn't he?
Cracking goal against Juventus as well from him. Just this little worry for Chelsea, which you alluded to, Lucy, that they're just starting to let in goals lately. No clean sheets last 5 matches, all competitions. Surprising, really. As they look positively Scrooge-like before. Braithwaite to lay it forward towards Sims. Sims has scored 46 goals in various Everton youth teams on his way through the system at Goodison.
It's fantastic for
What are you on about?
Everton's academy. We've not had that many players in recent years.
You guys know that from Hot
It's
Fuzz.
just making the step up, and
There was only one swan.
that for a couple of these players.
Nobody tells me nothing.
Yeah. Come on!
Another tougher ask, really, or not much tougher an ask. Away to Chelsea. And that's what you work for, isn't it? To playing games like this.
Absolutely, they'll be absolutely loving it. While some of the Everton fans will probably be thinking, wow, what's going to happen tonight? These players will be absolutely relishing it. And actually, they started well out of possession. They're 5-4-1, quite structured. When they do get it, they move the ball quickly forward. We've seen in this Benitez side.
Go on.
James off on another of those runs.
Yes! Yes! Yo,
And
you get!
across the face of Golbe, the very much informed. You were wondering if the net was going to bulge there. It didn't.
I won't do my joke because there might be kids watching.
James popping up inside, it's difficult then to pick up.
There's only one swan,
You would have
actually.
expected that at least to be on target. A very, very similar chance to the one James has a couple
I
of
know,
minutes
but it
earlier.
needs my...
But they're getting through probably from Everton's
Joey
point of
never
view,
shares
a bit
food.
too easily. It needs to be closed down in those midfield areas.
He's on 6 Premier League goals already this season. Mason Mount having a hat-trick in one of the fixtures. It's Gordon, a bit late.
That's not a foul! Bastard!
Very important, really, that the more experienced players like Keane, Decore, Gomez, Godfrey have a good night.
I don't smell. I smell quite fruity. No, it's still get common. That would be weird. Come on.
Anthony Gordon with this free kick for Everton. Usual high line from Chelsea. And the header. And it's wide at the post in the end. Braithwaite arriving.
That's good, isn't it? You can move it.
The game plan that Benitez has
Good that you
laid
can move
out
it.
for Everton is to be as compact
Yeah.
out of possession and try and use those set pieces. They've not been very good. Set pieces against.
You have a
To
message.
use those
Come
tonight. Chelsea, I think, is
Come on!
in this game now.
Everton have had a habit in recent seasons of beating Chelsea at Goodison Park. Not here, though. They haven't won here in the Premier League since 1994. No wins, last 26 visits. So long ago that Paul Rideout got the winner.
It's not really a good omen.
Paul Rideout was the man, of course, who got the winner in the FA Cup final for them next year against Manchester United, Everton's last trophy.
Come on.
Keep on staying on in the top flight, though. Everton have been in it since 1954. Amazing run, really. James again.
Oh, you've been sold to Mary Dance. Oh,
The dummy.
oh,
Can they produce
oh,
the goal?
you.
Little flick from Pulisic. Great idea. Would have been some goal there. And it got into the net. They made sure it didn't, Everton.
Oh, stressing me out. We're not even played them.
Let the ball through,
But-
and then it's about making the right decision and picking out Pulisic, but just couldn't get enough on it. But it's 2 or 3 times now Chelsea have got in behind.
Yeah, he sent out Mason Holgate for the proverbial cup of tea there, didn't he?
It's a hot dog this nowadays, Ian.
Yes.
Apparently.
Okay.
Among other offerings, I'm sure.
You try not to.
Yeah, because you got that outfit at the same time. I'm getting straight over this.
Playing, there will be
It's one of the worst things.
fixtures which will be casualties in this latest COVID wave. The policy for the moment is to get on as many games as can feasibly be played. How many that is pretty much open to question and debate. Chelsea were given a couple of days off, a rare 2 days off after their weekend win over Leeds, just to recharge batteries a little. They really couldn't pick the team until after some more testing around noon today.
I think that will have done them good. The 2 days off for the players. I think quite a lot of fatigue comes in, mental fatigue, the players in the Euros, etc.
Rudiger's long ball, good covering by Branko, he's fallen to Pulisic. Ziyech cross shot!
Oh,
Angle was too tight.
okay.
Something on it there, did Jordan Pickford.
you haven't got
Talked
headphones.
before the game about how well
shit.
Chelsea moved the ball 1 and 2 touch, they win it back high.
You need to get proper headphones like me.
Really good effort, not on target, but he's getting in those positions in that inside
You don't, you
challenge.
just need Bluetooth.
I've got Bluetooth, but I don't really connect to that to your phone.
Marcus Alonso with
Yeah.
the corner kick in. Knocked away by Gordon. Rafa Benitez remains upbeat despite the, well, you'd have to say, torrent of criticism by a section of the Everton fans. Despite this terrible run of 7 defeats in 9 matches, they are still 7 points clear of the bottom 3.
Listen, Benitez has been given a bad hand and not really been backed, and a bit of turmoil at Everton at the moment. The fans not particularly happy with the communication. 27 campaign urging the owner to speak to supporters clubs.
Gomez is ball, can they do anything on the break here? This is Iwobi chasing it. Rudiger is never really in the mood to let anyone pass. Mendy wanted maybe a touch too many. Sims was trying to close him down quickly. Had that nasty moment, didn't he, when giving away the penalty at West Ham recently, Mendy.
That's a foul, ref.
Yeah, who was being impeded by Holgate.
There's good dynamism in this Chelsea team in these front 3.
Hello to the 3 of you in the chat. Welcome. Still 0-0. 14 minutes played.
Drags the foul out of Mason Holgate, and he started bright.
So Michael Oliver decided to take no further action on another day. Here's Thiago Silva. Quaker. Just given him a little rest recently, back in the side last few matches again.
It's not like, I don't think he would have played this game had everybody fit. You tend to play 3 in a week, but that's solid. That back three and the 2 in front is particularly solid now. Obviously Conte on the bench as well.
We do have Trevor Chalobah back and available. He's on the bench.
Well, the ref.
Free kick here to.
Keep going, let's keep going.
Long,
Still 0-0. Yeah, we're playing alright.
So did their manager, so did their fans going into this.
If you guys want to put any questions in the chat, I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me.
That's it. Show some heart, responsibility, commitment. That's what the Everton fans want to see. They know the team is in dire straits in terms of injuries.
Come on, boys.
Range is about 25 yards. Better angle for James's right foot, you'd think, than Alonso's left.
What's that? Come on.
Here's James.
Oh!
Was in the right place.
Unlucky.
Coming back in there again.
Oh, have you messed that up, man?
He got something on it, not enough. Here's Gordon. The Corey made a run into a channel, wasn't fed there. Godfrey. Mr. Versatile he is. Gomez. Almost drops for Gordon, twice over in the end. The bounce was kind to Thiago Silva. Good play by Iwobi, putting James under pressure. That's exactly what Everton need here. Keep the pressure on the ball. Dukari doing exactly the same to Corey, I should say.
Come on, Chelsea.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I wonder whether his form is beginning to make Gareth Southgate sit up and take notice.
Well, he's got all the attributes to be a top centre midfielder. He had a good season on loan last season. And just a run of games without injury is what he will want.
10 caps already, part of the 2018 World Cup squad. Looking for a comeback, maybe. Pulisic goes down. There's going to be another free kick as the American hits the turf.
Giving away free kicks in those areas, and Chelsea nearly punished Everton last time. And they switched off after Pickford made the initial save.
Another Chelsea free kick, only a couple of minutes after the last one. Alonso might fancy this.
Getting closer and closer. Chelsea dominating the opening part of this game.
Alonso is the top scoring Premier League defender in the last 5 years.
Come on.
22 goals. Here he is with his latest effort, straight into the wall. James!
Oh!
All of it, always rising.
Okay.
Absolutely zero backlift from that. Reece James nearly caught Pickford out. Terrific power he gets from that as well. Pickford really not happy with the wall not stopping that second shot.
Chelsea only beaten once here all season in the league. That was when Manchester City came and rather did the job on them, as should be said. Looking an important 3 points that now, the way things are just starting to shape up at the top. Ziyech, gorgeous.
Go on.
Piece of play from him, outside of the boot. James. Trying to win it.
Someone's down and out. Doesn't look good.
Ruben Loftus-Cheek is the player still down. Most of the players have just realised that, and I think it'll be knocked out of play.
Chelsea have had a spate of injuries in the games prior to the Leeds game at the weekend. Along with the illnesses, the Tuchel will definitely not want anything to happen to a centre midfield, particularly in that area. See here, Loftus-Cheek jumps, and whether it's when he lands, he goes over on his ankle. It's a sore one.
Yes, an unhappy landing, I think, for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Games to look forward to, which are still on at the moment on our BT Sport schedule. Liverpool against Leeds United, that's Boxing Day at 11:30. BT Sport 1 HD and Ultimate for that one. And then Manchester City's trip to Arsenal. Arsenal looking really good last night against West Ham and on a bit of a roll in the top 4 now. New Year's Day, 11:30, BT Sport 1 HD and Ultimate as well. Loftus-Cheek seems to be okay. They just checked there that there wasn't anything like possible ankle ligament damage. I think we are going to see some unfamiliar lineups in what matches are still on in the next few weeks.
Premier League are desperate to keep any matches that can go ahead, keeping going. It's a fast-changing situation, isn't it?
Unfortunately, yes. That's Loftus-Cheek. None the worse for wear by the look of it. Thiago Silva now.
Everton are just trying to stop progression centrally, but they're really struggling to cope with Ziyech.
Holgate is leaving Ziyech down. That's a yellow this time.
Well,
Yeah, he got away with one earlier, didn't he? Mason Holgate. Everton defenders are struggling, particularly Ziyech. His movement, his quick feet. Pulisic as well.
Ooh, a bit late.
No sentiment in this game. Holgate booked on his 100th Premier League appearance.
Gotta touch the stream with the thumbs up button to get to that. Someone subscribing you are new. Come on, do something.
Loftus-Cheek again. Everton still holding out, keeping Chelsea at bay. A couple of close run things. Keane biting in with the challenge there. He'll be doing a lot of talking and organising.
Come on.
Back then, particularly the young Brentford alongside him.
I've seen that different phases of the game. First 20 minutes keeping a clean sheet. Everton, I know it's going to be difficult coming here, and as far as Chelsea are concerned, they'll be wanting to score while they're on top, and they've been on top for this opening part.
And they're going to have to defend better, Everton. They've let in 19 goals in their last 8 matches. Number 2 a game. Don't been many doing that. Amid it all, a very good win against Arsenal. Dramatic win as well. You wondered if that was a turning point, but it was followed by a defeat. Crystal Palace.
A difficult situation really, Everton, because financial fair play means they've not really been able to spend, and the spending they've done the last few years has not really produced a good quality squad.
Rudiger gave it straight to Iwobi. Tries to get Ben Godfrey involved. Gomez links up with Doucouré. It's a loose ball there.
Go on, Mount.
Pulisic.
Oh, Pulisic.
It gets another bite of the cherry though here.
Go on. Ziyech.
Ziyech.
Oh, I go for it. Why? Thank you much for the thumbs up, I appreciate it.
Yeah, he's been brilliant so far, Ziyech, but when they've got the ball, Chelsea, and when they haven't, he works hard to win it back, but just that final ball, the decision making, perhaps that wasn't the right idea. I think there's something special to beat Pickford from there.
Hasn't scored at Stamford Bridge yet this season, Ziyech. 3 goals elsewhere.
Come on.
So will be, but Jorginho hit the referee, so I think you know the drill here. This was trying to make a play to the referee. We'd have had that ball anyway. Didn't work like that apparently. Jorginho. Loftus-Cheek to play it wide. Some big news coming in from Anfield. More on that in a moment. Let's just see what happens with this attack for Liverpool nil, Newcastle.
Have that, Liverpool! Come on, Newcastle!
Against his old club as well.
Ah, my mate won't be happy. I'm happy. Liverpool losing, so I'm happy.
Everton really cannot deal with.
It's Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0.
Chelsea move the ball and
it's Newcastle 1, Liverpool 0.
Fantastic.
Hello, Adam. How you doing? Nice to see ya. Hope you can stay for the duration of the stream and just help out in the chat wherever you can and help in mod.
Chelsea's recent record is 10 wins out of 11 when they're playing teams outside the top 6.
No, I'm saying it. You don't have to keep saying what percentage is on because it's getting charged because you're on that special thing.
No, I'm just saying that.
Ah, that makes sense.
Alonso.
You can understand that you know if you're saying something and something happens, that's you're not gonna be able to hear over what you're saying.
That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
To Reece James and then Loftus-Cheek. Lovely turn.
Go on. Oh, okay. Guys, put your question in the chat. I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me. I'm happy. I'm all ears. And also, I am having a bit of food while the game's on, so.
Talk about hot dogs and sending fire in. Loftus-Cheek. Again, terrific movement. Mount. You just can't keep up with him because he's constantly moving, so difficult to mark.
play, but Everton keep it at 0-0 for the moment with this extremely unfamiliar looking lineup they've got here tonight. I had a look at their starting lineup for the opening day of the season when they won against Southampton. Only 3 of the players who played in that game are playing here.
Yeah, Everton have got a squad that really cannot afford to lose the top players, and there's a lot of top players, their top players, missing from this game. The only thing I would say about a little bit of concern as far as Chelsea are concerned in this game, just allowed Everton to settle into defending shape.
I'm doing well,
Not
just a
got
bit
that first
nervous
goal.
about today's game.
That's the only concern I
We've
think
got
as
4
a
players
Chelsea fan
out
watching this.
due to a positive test. I'm not saying the word because we're not allowed to say it on YouTube.
Is it just
But
a
we got
matter
4
of time
positive
that-
tests, which are Kai Havertz, Ben Chilwell, Timo Werner,
Silva
Lukaku. Apart from that, the rest of the team's fine.
have the ball and pick a pass if he wants to from there. They can tend to just sit in.
What?
Everton.
Talking on him.
No, I'm just saying I'm interested.
Oh,
With a
so I
little
was
bit
going
of work
to
to
send
do
to a
here.
Send to a photo to me.
Ah. Or if it's good weather tomorrow, you could send a photo of the waterfront down into Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And it shows where I live.
Ball again. Ben Godfrey.
I'm good, pal. Just been busy working. Wow.
Left wing back.
Well, I'm glad you can turn up because you're one of my main mods on this channel, so I'm glad you're here.
Mount.
On ball.
Was there. Playing says the referee, nothing wrong with that.
Guys, put questions in the chat. I'm not pretending on anything.
Everton are just trying to squeeze the space just to try and stop Chelsea passing through, but it's so difficult for them. They've all got to be fully concentrated
Come on.
and make sure they track players.
It's been a quick out.
Come on, boys.
And again, with that glorious chance early on.
Well, there's not
Should be
really
a nice,
threat
easy
going
way for
forward
Chelsea.
Everton. It
Maybe.
brings Chelsea onto
Maybe,
the
but
seat. Just Thiago Silva left back, and
we've had a lot of chances, but just can't bury him. That's the
getting
thing.
forward as well and trying to outnumber in those midfield areas.
3-1 Chelsea. Maybe that depends if we can get the first goal early on. I think we'll see that happen. And thank you for your backing.
Give it to me.
Go on, Alonso.
Cut back.
Oh!
Reorganised his feet splendidly.
Unlock him out.
Quite
Unlock him.
where he wanted to the far side of the net.
Yeah, it's been a season of the underlap, and you just see where Alonso is there, just going in that inside channel from his position, getting the ball across, and
Okay.
in that similar sort of position to where he scored against Leeds at the weekend, but couldn't get enough purchase on it.
Guys, put as many questions as you want, because I want to answer as many questions as I can during the stream.
Rudiger.
Unlucky.
Chelsea fans love Rudiger, don't they? Full-blooded, committed defender.
We want you to stay.
So won the penalties as well, didn't he, at the weekend?
Yeah, he did. Loves those big charges forward, doesn't he, with the ball as well. I've seen that a fair few times in the Champions League here. Keane here, anxious to keep this away from the nippy Pulisic. Towards young Sims, done well. Good piece of hold-up play from him.
There you go, that's a poll for you guys to pick who you guys are supporting during this game.
Sims here up against players who you would have only seen on the TV before. And Thiago Silva's case probably as a little boy watching him play for Brazil at the World Cup.
Come on.
Terrific learning curve for the likes of Sims and Branthwaite.
Seen it all really, Rafa Benitez. He's had to be a bit thick-skinned here and there in his career, but they loved him in Newcastle, didn't they?
Yeah, this in his rhino skin.
Come on, Chelsea.
He says nothing really seems to phase him. It's a difficult situation he finds himself in. He hasn't really been able to bring players in that he probably wants. Great. Townsend were terrific signings, but it's probably about it. Only competing in the Premier League, you know, that your squad's not got the quality of others around you. It's so difficult.
Come on, just keep pressurising.
Trophies for Liverpool and Valencia. Over 1,000 games. Well travelled on this business. And doing his best to set up his experimental side here to frustrate Chelsea, which so far they are.
True.
Brandthwaite got the foot in, but they can't just keep the ball and get out. Everton. Just noticing Anthony Gordon there, just turn around and geeing up his teammates. Come on, we can stick at this. We've got more work to do.
Come on.
Though. Mount. Good play by Brandthwaite.
Come on,
Chelsea
boys.
Concentrating down that side at times and then switching over to the other side, just testing these Everton defenders out.
Here's Loftus-Cheek. Jorginho wide for Alonso.
So that is my lock screen.
Thiago Silva.
That's the ball. Ah.
So I've just got the noise.
Applied the velvet touch he was looking for there. Chelsea have scored more goals against Everton than any club in their history. None here yet, though.
Come on, boys.
That's a lot of times, including in the 2009 FA Cup final, won by Chelsea.
It's good football.
Despite Louis Saha giving Everton the lead in about 25 seconds, I think it was.
Oops.
Jorginho. Ziyech. Pulisic looks for
Keep
the
playing.
one-two.
Go on.
Ziyech
Oh.
drags it wide.
So bright, Ziyech, he's just
Oh,
rushing
should have buried
his
that.
final shot. He's so desperate to do well, but in terms of being bright and looking quickly, he moves the ball, gets on the end of it, and it's just needed a second there just to control himself.
It's only his 5th start in the Premier League this season. Ziyech, it's not an easy team to get into. You'll have got that idea, I think, by now.
It took a while for him to settle, but he has got the pedigree, and he's showing good parts tonight to his game.
Well, guys, hit the thumbs up button to get to like, subscribe if you are new. Oh, Liverpool have equalised, fuck's sake. Thank you for letting me know the bad news, Adam. I know you want to keep you in with what's going on. But I got my mate with me who's staying at mine today. And he's a Liverpool fan, so he'll be over the moon. He'll be over the moon.
Almost exclusively in Everton's half of the field, but that's no shock really.
What's that?
You'll find out in a bit.
Behind the Everton defenders. Everton defenders are trying to
You'll
keep
find
everything
out
all
because it will
playing
pop up
front
on here when you see it.
and use these set pieces now, Chelsea.
There's the corner kick. Sims it was who got it away. Ziyech got hold of that.
Come on, guys, get your questions in the chat. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys put in front of me. It's Chelsea 0, Everton 0. 10 minutes to go to half time.
Rudiger.
Yes! Yes! Oh, you...
Very quick reactions with his feet there. He looks
How many times have I got this chair it's made up to score and it gets saved? Damn!
Tell you what, Mason Mount's spatial awareness, how he receives the ball. Whichever way his body's facing is incredible. Jordan Pickford, terrific save.
Can you hear me? Hello, folks.
The goalkeeper did his stuff there.
He's been brilliant. Rudiger again gets the ball through, left by Alonso.
Come on, boys!
Just needed to slide it past Pickford, and Pickford was equal to it, but he's been bright again. Mount, Everton struggling to deal with the front three, but the front three struggling to get the
Just
ball.
like trying our best, but we just at the moment can't get a goal.
Grows. Never can tell, can you, with this league? You looked at those fixtures tonight: Liverpool at home to Newcastle, Chelsea at home to a depleted Everton, and thought, well, how bankers, the pair of them. Latest score we've got from Liverpool is that Newcastle are winning.
Here we go.
Goal to nil, and Everton are playing bravely, really, here.
Bravery.
I had a feeling he was going to do that.
Could change, probably will. Rudiger. Ziyech. Corey wasn't buying that. It's Iwobi.
Oh, I was going to ask you a favour. Could you check to see if I'm speaking, if you can hear me? Because they're all saying that they can't hear me, even though I know it's...
Just drop in to receive the ball. Again, full of energy.
Just making, it's just like making sure.
A little bit further back.
Yeah. Yeah, just making sure.
Great hurry. They've seen this all before, of course. Teams coming here to
Come on, boys!
get behind the ball and
You still chatting?
try to frustrate them. It's a tough job over 90 minutes with the
I don't mind.
class.
I don't mind because it's different when it went on YouTube. It's different.
1-1.
There you go!
Normal service may be resumed at Anfield.
Diego fucking Jota. What do you expect? Has just scored for Liverpool. 1-1.
Defence.
As Liverpool fans, you actually want Everton to do you a favour, even though Liverpool don't like Everton.
Everton can go and kick it.
We're trying. Yeah, because at the moment,
Good chances Chelsea to get themselves.
we're playing Valhalla afterwards.
I suspect Benitez
Valhalla.
is quite pleased with how his team is started.
Guys, put your question in the chat. Ask as many questions as you like. I'm happy to hear anything. Keep going. Keep going. Happy to hear any questions you guys put in front of me.
Commitment, shape and organisation so far.
Come on, boys.
But it's a tough policy to sustain for the whole 90 minutes, isn't it? And make it work.
Certainly is. You need a little bit of luck. You need your goalkeeper on form, and Pickford does look like he's in form.
Just a clumsy challenge. Look at that.
Oh,
68.
damn it.
Passes already for Chelsea against 44 from
Oh,
Everton. But the only statistic Everton will worry about is that scoreline at the bottom there.
oh no.
And it's just doing enough.
Oh, it's
Almost
Everton.
unemployed.
It's
Edouard Mendy.
Newcastle 1, Everton. No, not Newcastle 1, Liverpool 2.
Did have that bad game at West
Me and
Ham
Lou
against
said
that.
about
He
seeing
more or less
Spider-Man this
single-handedly got the
weekend.
3 points for them at Brentford with a
Shit house.
superlative display. One of the great
Well, 'cause
goalkeeping
always-
displays
no,
I
'cause
think
Lewis
we've ever
wants to
seen
go
in the
see
Premier
it.
League from him
I
that day.
told, he said that
He's an incredible goalkeeper.
he asked
And
me.
coming to Chelsea,
Does it,
and just
he
shone,
asked me,
hasn't he?
I said,
You can forgive him a couple of mistakes.
I said, good, did you watch it? I said, yeah, I did. I'm not saying anything about it. I said,
I'm
"Good."
not either.
No, I'm not talking about Spider-Man when they went home.
We hope for some better news through the night from that day-night second test. From
The only thing you would say that it's worth a watch. That's what you would say. Oh, Mo Salah has scored. You're making it worse. You're making it worse. 'Cause I can't stand the cunt.
Who?
Mo Salah's just scored for Liverpool. 2-1. And we're still 0-0, so it's I'm like moaning so much. And it's annoying.
Attack versus defence to score goals, and for Everton it's important that they maintain.
Guys, hit the thumbs up button to get to like, subscribe if you are new.
Moving bodies quickly and trying to get in behind. They've done it a few times.
That from Ziyech. Wonderful little cameo from him. Spilicueta.
This is stressful, mate.
Gordon.
This is so
got
stressful.
across, got his body in the right place, and it meant a foul, and it's taken all the pressure off Everton.
Brilliant there. Gordon, he's worked so hard, just got his foot to it first, drew in the foul from Mount, and a lot more frustration. Interesting then, as Pulaqueta gets forward, and just get those overloads in those central areas, and difficult then for Everton to pick up. We need more of that.
Liverpool are ahead now against Newcastle United.
I just realised.
2 goals very quickly. Mohamed Salah with the second for Liverpool, and now lead by 2 goals to 1. Liverpool in second place. Manchester City, of course, on top after their 7-0 hammering of Leeds United to extend their lead for the time being. Just to underline that big picture again, Chelsea cannot afford to drop any points in this game. They have been held here recently by Burnley and Manchester United, of course.
Okay, so it's down to them.
Come on!
Good work back by Gomez.
Here comes Everton.
Here as well. One of them is Ben Godfrey. Decore, here can he turn
Get it out.
away? Anthony Gordon.
Well done, Mendy.
He hasn't scored a club goal yet. He did get a couple for the England under-21 side on his debut recently.
It was good from Everton, choosing their moments to get bodies forward, but not too many, and get themselves in front of goal. That'll be quite easy for Mendy.
Just attempt on target that from Everton in a rare foray forward. Only able to name 7 substitutes, by the way, tonight, Everton, and 2 of those are goalkeepers.
Come on, boys.
That's Rudiger. Pickford hasn't had an awful lot to do, bar that huge save against Mason Mount. Pulisic. Broken up by Doucouré. Good strong run from the former Watford man. If he can find a pass at the end of it. Loftus-Cheek's challenge, that might be yellow. Yeah, it is.
Why do a stupid challenge like that? Why?
Increasing the frustration of these Chelsea players, the way that Everton are playing, just using the opportunity. I've seen Doucouré transformed this season to a box-to-box centre midfielder. I think Benitez's arrivals helped him.
Last minute of the 45 in the first half. Thomas Tuchel will have to go in and have a rethink. It's exactly the kind of game he must have known it would be. Gordon to try and lay that in behind the defenders, but Thiago Silva scooted across to win the header. Well, even with the limited personnel at his disposal, you can bet on Rafa Benitez to always come up with a very well-worked plan, and I've gone through it on the training ground, and I hoped it might work out. They've had a couple of scares, well, 2 or 3 really.
Well, this is a typical Benitez performance when he has to, from his team, against a team that better in the league, better players, but not scored yet.
Towards Pulisic.
I'm just trying something a bit different, Chelsea, but just in danger of forcing the issue.
Everton was 6th, remember, 10th day last season on 59 points, and Carlo Ancelotti was in charge. Incidentally, news too that he, the Real Madrid coach, now has tested positive as well for COVID-19. So we wish him all the best, and indeed all the players who are suffering as the bug spreads. Alonso, I knew he'd have a run in the side with this injury to Ben Chilwell. He's another one who's tested positive. Ben Chilwell, even though he wouldn't have been fit for this game anyway, he's only just started running again after his partial cruciate tear. And that is half-time, so frustration really for Chelsea, who dominated the ball. Big save from Jordan Pickford to deny Mason Mount other opportunities as well. Mount came close with another effort earlier on. So did Reece James in the early exchanges. But Everton depleted, very depleted, but very well organised and working extremely hard to keep it goalless at half-time here at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 0, Everton 0.
Relax.
Just Eat delivers the Premier League on BT Sport.
England had their
Half time, Chelsea 0, Everton 0, and I'll talk to you guys in 15.
Join us tomorrow.
is working well. Different story though at Anfield. Newcastle were ahead through John Joe Shelby, but then Jota equalised, and then Mo Salah got involved. His 22nd goal of the season, all competitions, Liverpool leading almost half-time there. Okay, a programming note for you now. The best teams in European rugby are in action again this weekend as we look forward to the second round of the Heineken Champions Cup. All kicks off on Friday with Leicester taking on Northampton. Teams are ready, as you can see. Back over to Lucy Ward and Ian Dark.
Yeah, many thanks. Thank you, Darryl.
To a bit.
I suppose the best news for Everton at the moment with this hugely long list of players injured or ill is that they don't have to play at the weekend. Their game against Leicester is already off, so their next match is 10 days hence on Boxing Day when they go to Burnley. So they might have a few back by then, as it is a job to do here and a job to do for Chelsea as well.
Come on, boys.
Liverpool are leading at half-time. It's not a game they can afford to draw, otherwise there might be some rather more serious questions asked about Chelsea's credentials, which look so good until just a few weeks ago.
Yeah, probably the first time that credentials have been questioned in the last few weeks, but they just need to be patient tonight because they are creating chances, they are getting in behind. It's about finishing those chances.
Hakim Ziyech
Come on.
taking Holgate over there.
Corner.
Holgate did he keep it in play? It's a first run thing, but the whole of the ball hadn't crossed the whole of the line. Another expert Barnsley man, isn't he? Mason Holgate by John Stones.
Come on.
And Barnsley in Leeds as well. Mason Holgate as a young kid.
Aspilicueta. Reece James again. I wonder what Thomas Tuchel said at half-time by way of any kind of tactical tweak about the way Chelsea went about their business. They did rather just run out of ideas a little bit, it seemed, in the last 5-10 minutes of that first half.
Yeah, but before then, the movement had been good. They'd been getting...
Come on.
Trying to drag Everton about and getting in behind. It's just keeping doing that, but it's the final ball, the final finish that is lacking, and that needs to improve.
That's a foul, ref.
He was strong. Decore. In behind for John Joe Kenny. Seamus Coleman, by the way, picked up an injury at the weekend. He did make it to the bench tonight.
Ziyech is caught, I think, by the Wolby there. There's any intent on it, but that's a sore one. Over on his ankle, just as he tried to go in and challenge Wolby for the ball.
Needs a bit of treatment. Was took with plenty to ponder. He was really making this management business in England look very, very easy indeed, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's done absolutely brilliant with his team. It was a difficult squad landscape when he came in, and he's managed these players, brought players in from the cold, he's made them all feel loved, and done incredibly well. This is only a slight blip, if at all.
No club has won more trophies than Chelsea since Roman Abramovich took over ownership. 18 under 11 different managers. Still looks a bit painful, doesn't it, for Ziyech, that he's able to put enough weight to have a little
Come on, boys.
Ross Barkley is among the Chelsea substitutes, of course, having made his
Getting some stick in the corner there as he goes to warm up with the Everton fans.
If I win, do I get smacked back?
I knew that would happen, didn't he?
If you
79 games he played for Everton.
Yeah.
Jack will always win.
He's a bit of a wonder boy, wasn't he? Then we'll see him later on tonight, maybe.
Yep, Jack will always win.
He's had to do an awful lot of running up there, not seeing too much of the ball.
Come on, do something, you bunch of idiots.
Chelsea just trying to drag Everton out of the shape because the defensive shape is pretty solid.
Loftus-Cheek was very strong there.
And then that.
So Godfrey doing some good covering there. Godfrey with this role of trying to get forward as a wing back when Everton do get the ball, which isn't that often, by the way. And then dropping into a back.
Come on, boys.
when they don't.
If you guys like the stream, hit the thumbs up button. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you are new.
Didn't he? Godfrey, technically good as well, so he's been used, if not left back position, when he played the back four as well instead of Dean.
Go on.
Mount.
Score something. Yes. Oh, you donkey. Offside.
Thought about letting go from there, Holgate, letting the blocking.
Come on, boys.
Tries to put him under some pressure. It's real education out there for young Ellis Sims, making his debut for the club here.
Come on.
Have easier games, won't he, against his defenders?
There you go.
Yes! Oh! Well done. I will hide if we don't win.
Everton's best player so far. Chelsea now starting to shoot on the outside of the area. I think he got a little bit of a deflection, which he had to save.
It was a strange deflection, wasn't it?
Oh!
His cheek drops over the angle of post and bar.
Pickford was worried about that, Ian.
I saw that.
He's struggling at set pieces this season. Everton, it will undo all the good work they've done tonight, defending-wise, but just over the bar. And interesting there, didn't really hit his head, did it?
Hey guys, the question in the chat, I'm happy to answer any question you guys put in front of me.
When you shoot from the outside of the area in this position, it makes them defend different. They have to come out and block. So
Yeah, guys, this is stress.
well, that was something that Tuchel said to them at half-time.
This is stress.
Pickford being worried. He might also be worried about the draw for the Nations League. England have drawn Italy, Germany and Hungary. Good games though.
Yeah, listen, goalkeepers like to be busy. They'll be loving this game tonight. Pickford.
Jorginho, because he plays for Italy. Once he didn't score from the penalty spot in the European Championship final shootout. Few misses for Italy, costly ones too. It's looking to measure.
Oh, nearly! Nearly!
Sticking
Oh!
out his leg, had to get it right. Still all Chelsea.
Yes!
James and then Evans.
Corner, take that.
Kenny could have done with more of a shot. It gives away the corner.
Needed a bit of communication.
Absolute stress.
Alonso had not gone in that far post.
Chelsea fans trying to lift their side.
When it,
And they know that
yeah,
this is must win,
yeah,
really.
when it
Flicked
doesn't
on back
charge,
to
the green will
Quattro
go
on the
off.
near post.
What?
Charge, when it knows it's not charging, the green will go off.
Yeah.
So that'll let you know when it's not charging.
Found a good
Come on,
ball.
defend! Get people back!
Iwobi.
Get it
Now
back!
Sims. Iwobi again.
Well done.
And the cross shot is by
Have
Joe
that!
Kenny.
Sit down!
That was the kind of break
Whee!
Everton have been dreaming about.
Yeah, but the ball that needed to go was from Iwobi there into Doucouré. That's the ball there that he just took his time.
Bunch
and
of
just
love
allowed
fishes
Chelsea
over
to
there.
get back in numbers and defend well against it, but that would be a problem. That's the only problem Chelsea have got really, that when they do throw bodies forward and
Come
take
on,
risks
Chelsea.
up front,
Get go on, yeah.
You're right, Lucy,
Can we score now so that my shirt can go off and I can go mental?
got him space in the channel. He was more or less short.
People love it when I go mental on this on stream, but
Yeah, I know. I know where that is now. But you got
oh, you donkey!
on the same side.
That's not really where Pulisic wants the ball, is it?
Done Portsmouth.
On his shoulders and head.
Yep.
Into his feet.
Do some Christmas shopping.
Yeah, doing Christmas shopping. Then you get to speak to me in the evening.
Pretty composed
Look at that
presence on
face.
the left side of those
I've only got to
three
give my
shots.
mum something for Christmas and then that's it.
Quite a lot coming down his side too.
That's all I've basically got to do.
The other side and Keane
Oh! How is that a foul? That is never a foul, referee.
Positions are good, distances are good.
What?
Defending well as a group.
I love it too.
Just go. Can someone get me a sit bucket, please?
Wait, fuck off.
Of course, Everton were fourth
The-
in the early games of the season. At the start.
He's doing it now.
Since then they've fallen
You don't want to throw up.
places. And Nogi won't be able to do too much about that.
Yeah, we did it to Tyler the other day. He said Tyler's got a girlfriend.
Ugh. I'm glad I'm glad I haven't got relationships. I don't really need one.
Make it stick.
That's your own opinion.
Has to get away.
Don't turn into my mate, please.
Add to Chelsea's edginess in a way, really. I don't know if this has gone for them tonight.
Yeah.
As long as it stays
He's been a
0-0,
bit
the
off
longer it
tonight.
stays
He's
0-0.
been texting
It did get edgier.
He might be doing something. He might be on his, might be on his game.
Second half.
All in the chat. What's he saying?
Chelsea's next assignment.
Come on, actually do something, you bunch of blue-eyed gits.
No. I'm allowed to. I'm allowed to be on your boyfriend.
And then they have to go to Steven Gerrard's Aston Villa after that.
Oh, bloody hell, your
Picked
boyfriend.
up by Godfrey.
You can if you're single.
Get her shoved away.
You can if you're single.
Been one of the best signings Everton have had. They haven't all been good. In recent years, it's been pretty well documented.
Come on, boys, do something.
In other places by their supporters.
He's a fantastic young player. Godfrey, adaptable, can play in different positions.
He's Ruben Loftus-Cheek to Jorginho.
It's not like.
That's a foul. How are Everton getting away with this? Book 'em. Book 'em, ref.
8 o'clock?
It's unnecessary to give the
You ain't-
kick away there.
You ain't waking me up.
And gives Chelsea a chance with a set piece.
7 o'clock?
It's strange to see how wide he is as a wing back, opening up the space inside.
7.
But runs in there from Godfrey.
6.
Oh no.
Alright, 5 in the morning.
I might still be up at 5 in the morning. To use your arm.
Alright, 9 o'clock.
Here's James to take it. Such a
Half
great
nine.
looking area, bouncing around. in
Shoot.
there.
Oh.
Cheeky. Alright, 10.
Where the header needed from Pulisic then. As the ball came
What?
in, it was nearly a free header. It's a terrific ball in.
Yes, I do.
Just needed to get
Yes, I
something
do.
on that. He got absolutely nothing.
I love your locks.
But it might take something like that, and the loose ball bouncing
You
around
too, yeah.
the box for Chelsea to get the breakthrough they are looking for here. It is taking longer, I think, than most neutrals would have expected. But it's a tigerish effort, this, from Everton.
Yeah, and they're growing in confidence in terms of the way that they're defending, and they ventured forward 2 or 3 times, which didn't really do that much in the first half.
It is an astronomically high possession, isn't it? 80% for Chelsea. Loftus-Cheek got away from Gomez. And this hasn't played that often this season. Some of these players can last at full throttle for the full 90 would be a bit of a question mark. Jorginho, yellow card.
Play by Bradford.
She bugging off.
Saw the opportunities, the big lads running forward, getting the ball forward. And
What about something else?
Jorginho caught it.
Yeah, something like that.
Alright, fair enough.
It's probably been back, you know what I mean?
Come on, do something for Christ's sake, boys.
Louis Stobbin, another of the young strikers, is going to come on to replace Ellis Sims now. It's just a fresher pair of legs up there. Stobbin, who's made a couple of substitute appearances in the Premier League this season, the last of them against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Everton were going well then and got a good point in that game, I remember. Robin's going to come in just a moment. Only 18.
Got terrific potential. They're trying to get him to sign a contract. Dobbin,
Oh, for
Sims on a
God's sake.
3-year contract earlier on, but not him
Yeah,
yet.
mate.
He's in demand.
Lovely reverse ball towards Pulisic. Great goalkeeping from Pickford. Came out like an express train to grab that one.
Great starting position from Pickford. He knows that that's the route that Chelsea will probably favour. 1-2 touch and the quick ball in behind to a runner.
Yeah.
Jorginho. Loftus-Cheek.
Why the ref?
It was a free kick. He doesn't think so.
First look, it did look like a foul from Branthwaite.
Well, James, he stayed up
Take
until
the play,
near 5
didn't he?
AM. So fuck that, I'm not staying up until 5 AM.
They are giving away a few of these free kicks, and you wonder whether one of them
Would you say?
might be the jackpot for Chelsea.
Yes, I did.
It's going to be another Reece James special. Great ball.
Oh,
Couldn't direct it goalwards.
Rudiger.
Just about enough pressure on him for him to misdirect the header. Let's have a look at this again.
That's great. I think it was Godfrey in the end. Just
What's that?
put enough,
What's that?
put him off enough, Rudiger, but that looked like it was going to be a free header. Can't believe it himself.
Yeah.
So Ellis Sims's debut is over. It's a night he's never going to be forgetting, I think, up against Thiago Silva,
Yeah.
Tony Rudiger and Cesar Azpilicueta ploughing a lone furrow. And Luis Dobbin is on to replace him now. His third Premier League substitute appearance of the season.
Well,
He's an England under-19 international.
yeah, you
Dobbin,
did actually.
wearing the number 60 red shirt, going into the Sims role furthest forward. Rudiger. James has made an good run
oh,
there, and comes crashing into Pickford, who probably had to punch out the two England colleagues.
No, don't.
Just making nothing of that.
He sort of tripped, didn't he, in the end, Reece James, and took Pickford out. He saw the goalkeeper. I don't think he was going to run into the goalkeeper had he not slipped.
Could have been a nasty one, but happily Pickford's feet were off the ground. Just an accident. He stumbled and caught his studs in the turf by the look of it. Everton fans are making quite a lot of noise.
They're getting louder here as the Chelsea fans are getting quieter.
And I think whatever happens here, they'll appreciate that their team have put on a terrific fight here tonight, however it winds up at the end. Jorginho trying to make himself busy, just put pressure on those defenders so they don't have too much of an armchair right back there. Everton working very, very hard at giving away the free kick. Two changes.
oh, so what's going on? And Bartley, interesting.
Play against his old club here. Yellow card for that latest challenge, and I think you'll see why. Gomez.
Got a bit of an edge to it now, and Gomez. No arguments about that.
Come on, boys.
Just a sense now that Chelsea starting to realise time just might be running out a bit on them, and Everton, you can sense, I think, are really starting to believe they might yet pull off something remarkable, and something remarkable would be a point, really, given the lineups. Still lots of football left in this. Knocks it away. Swaps a word with Jordan Pickford afterwards.
Get
Thiago Silva.
rid of that black. Oh, is that? That's better.
Ziyech, too much on that one.
That's
Pickford
too
can
much.
Just let it run behind.
I've got hospital.
Just increases the frustration, just forcing it at times. Chelsea.
I've got to have surgery.
It's Saul there, the Spanish
Well,
player
no,
on the
you
right.
don't, actually.
And Ross Barkley
It's
moving
a
up
day
the street,
surgery, so.
taken off. Barkley to provide something maybe different in there.
That's if
You
it.
know that left leg got in my head?
That's if it happens.
Barkley facing his old club for the 6th time here. Alonso
You know that lump I've got in my head?
using Saul as a left wing back in the Champions League game at
Calls it a boulder.
Petersburg. Whether he's going to do that again or play more centrally.
The Adventures of Jack and Mr. Boulder.
Sure. Okay.
Aspilicueta.
Well, yeah, I do fart quite a bit, but I haven't got to go on to that.
Well, by Jorginho. It's in so many interceptions in central midfield.
Terrific starting positions. Jorginho quietly does what he does really, really well for this Chelsea team. He's been struggling, hasn't he, with an injury to his back. We really need him playing in that central midfield area.
Surely won't forget 2021 in a hurry. Aspilicueta. Jorginho again. Mount. Move the ball quickly.
Thank
between
God.
him and Ziyech, but didn't work
Is
out.
that true?
Yeah, my phone died.
Put it on the thing. You got it on the wrong one. You put it on that one, it'll work. See? That's why in the future, when you're here, you can use that.
Yeah.
Everton have worked so
So I've got my other charger, which can be placed here.
One silly
So.
mistake, anything like that could undo it all.
Stress!
He thought that too, Robin.
Sort of being dragged a
As
little
soon
bit
as that loads, you'll be able to talk.
out of the defensive shape at the
You'll be able to have a
moment.
chat again.
Sure is what Chelsea want to
Yeah,
do,
you just need it to
so
load.
they can exploit the
But you
gaps
just have to keep it
You
on
don't
there.
want me having a chat, do you?
Yeah, but you just have to keep it on there.
Positivity and encourage them
Yeah.
to get
You don't
themselves
want me
forward,
chatting,
and
do you?
that's
I don't
Chelsea
mind.
will have the chance to pounce.
I definitely wouldn't mind if the result wasn't like as it is. Out 0-0, and if we were winning, I would go ahead because I'm in a good mood. But I'm really stressed at the moment because I think it's going to end 0-0. I can just see it.
Listen, that man plays with a cigar, doesn't it? Silver, the way that he plays.
A cup of tea.
He knows it inside out, so experienced
No,
against a
no,
quick
it's fine.
forward.
I'll get one tomorrow.
Has he gone to bed or something?
Yeah, it looks like it, yeah. You can eat your cup out tomorrow.
I am, I'm streaming at the moment. If you want to bet, you can have another Coke.
I just had one, mate.
He's Godfrey.
Ah, my bed.
Getting forward when he can.
Ah.
This is one of those
Yeah,
occasions.
half
on
of it
and on
is,
he
I'm not
goes.
sitting-
Oh, Everton! Oh,
Nearly to Iwobi. Now see Nicola
nearly in trouble.
Everton had a few players committed forward.
Stress. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
How can Chelsea develop this?
We got that pass thing, but we don't really need to use it for most things.
What's that?
Right on that
That
left-hand
pass.
side, doesn't it?
And so obviously
You know what pass I'm on about.
Chelsea. It's an opportunity then, Chelsea, to get the ball
The
forward
blue
quicker.
thing one that's...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we won't have to use it for most things because you only have to use it in more than 500 people.
Yeah.
My mum said it's just good to have it there for just in case.
Yeah.
Still, it won't happen for Chelsea.
Ah,
What's that?
it's just...
James.
Go on! Yes!
Mount
No!
Keane, great block. Right place again.
One of my friends who lives on the same street as me, called James.
Yeah.
James Ross, who I'm good friends with. Ah, come on!
Got Gordon looking around, didn't pick up.
If we score, my shirt is coming off. It's coming off. I'm going mental, and I don't give a shit.
And now they've got some serious
Go on.
defenders to do. Barkley to James.
Mount!
Big chance here.
Come on! Come on! Come on! Fucking have that! Shove it up, yeah? It's not Man United. This is fucking Chelsea. We are not Man United. Don't shove it up your ass. I'm coming for you, City. You're not winning this title easier.
Just thinking that when they win the ball back, transition's so important here for Chelsea, but they didn't seem to be moving.
He's a good friend, he is.
Needed to be faster.
He is. It's James Ross. He works in a charity shop in Portugal, in Portugal.
Mount is definitely on side. His first touch wasn't as good.
The only days he has free are Tuesdays and Fridays.
Do you meet up with him? Did you live down there?
Yeah, he literally lives on my estate. He lives on my estate. Come on! Mason fucking Mount!
Everton broke forward, gave the ball away, could have played it to Gordon. Chelsea then had an opportunity, and this is how
How's that? And I smack my tits. And I don't give a shit. Ah! It's in my ass. Yes! And one thing I will say is, and my stream has just gone about time. I do like some people that come onto the stream. Oh my god, someone with their fat belly. Literally one of... I'm happy that I have some people that come on the streams who don't even support Chelsea, who support another Premier League team, but because they like what I'm doing, they hope we get a result.
It's like me, I support Liverpool.
Yeah, because I've got a guy on... No, this is... I'm going to give credit when credit's due. I've got a guy on here who is one of my mods. He is a Man United fan. They don't get along with Chelsea, but he always hopes when United don't play Chelsea that they get a result, because he hopes the stream goes well because it makes the stream good. Get in! Mason fucking Mount, what do you expect? It took 17 minutes to break down this team. Come on. Come on. Now, get Thiago Silva a goal and everything will be good in this world. And I'll be going down quickly so they can see that.
Immaculate from Mount. What control that is. Mount waited a bit too much time. Now wasn't going to give him that, but again the young defender did well there. He's taken the eye here.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid up against Mount. He's a difficult opponent. It's just exquisite the way that Mount just deals with the football as it brings it down.
Liverpool against Leeds coming up on Boxing Day for you. We hope all these games stay on BT Sport 1 HD, and Arsenal against Manchester City is New Year's Day. Hope you're up in time for that. 11:30 BT Sport 1 HD and Ultimate. So, some of the games we've got coming up. Of course, we'll keep checking, see what is on and what's off just at the moment. Gordon. Free kick's given.
He's kept at it, Gordon, hasn't he? He's direct, a little bit of a throwback, really, in terms of a forward player, not willing to run with it. And draws a flick of the heels, I think, from Reece James.
This is the kind of opportunity, really, that Everton, from a set piece, need to make work. Get Michael Keane or somebody like that on the end of it.
Oh, guys. Everton have just scored. Everton have scored. The youngsters of Everton have scored.
Hadn't kicked a ball in the Premier League all season. Back tonight, finds the equaliser.
Yet again. And yet again, we go in front and then we just switch off. All of a sudden, we switch off after going 1-0 up.
Just need that set piece. Look at the ball here. It's a terrific ball. Nobody offside, and he took the gamble, didn't he? Put his foot out. Branthwaite, what a finish that is. It just shows you
And
all
this
the
is a team of
Chelsea have had in this game.
this is an Everton team that's mostly full of youth.
Fantastic ball that is from Gordon.
Two Everton youngsters combining Gordon's cross and Jared Branthwaite, age 19. A surprise selection amid all Everton's problems, finds an equaliser.
As far as Chelsea are concerned, back to square one, but what a night for this young man. He's defended well and he's got a goal.
Yeah, we got a game on now, but the difference is we should be winning. We should be winning by more than one goal. We just got more than one goal in this game. We've had so many opportunities in this game. We just couldn't take it. It's just shocking from the players. It's just weird how we go 1-0 up and somehow we just switch off all of a sudden. It shouldn't be like that.
That's a bit of smash and grab, isn't it, from Everton? Set piece was their best hope. That's as many white shirts as they could get forward from that sort of thing. And one of those players who's hardly crossed the halfway line of necessity has come up with the equaliser for them. Here's Iwobi now. Here's Anthony Gordon. Took an Azpilicueta who's too quick for him as well.
Oh my God! Come on, boys, get your head in the game.
Well, they've got the bit between the teeth. Everton now, they can sense that they could get another.
I'll tell you what, there are some coaches and observers of what's gone on in the Everton Academy over recent years who are enjoying this. A few of them out there now. Gordon again, and Mendy seems surprised. It was an unconvincing. And the free kick goes the other way. Everton were hoping they might get a penalty kick there, but as Dobbin hit the floor, and he's got a yellow card for simulation, I suspect.
He made his mind up really, really quickly. Michael Oliver, and I don't think he did get a touch. He was already on his way down.
I think Michael Oliver's got that spot on. Yeah. He's tried it on there.
It's just shocking. It's just shocking how we can just go 1-0 up and then suddenly how quick of a switch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at it to see if there's any.
He's not even going for. He's not even challenging the player. He's not even putting the foot wrong.
Play. Checks complete on that one. It is just a booking.
I could see us scoring, but I don't know. It's a tough ask because we seem to switch off every time. We seem to go 1-0 up, or score a goal, or go ahead in the game. Even if it's 1-0 up or 2-1 up, we seem to switch off at certain points. It's just shocking.
13 minutes to do something about
this.
But
Dad's pissed.
Chelsea.
Was that? Yeah. Because it's just typical. Like my dad. I agree with my dad wholeheartedly. We seem to go 1-0 up, and then somehow we just give them one sniff, and we just let our guard down. And it seems to happen after we score. Well. Shocking.
Everton are taking more risk going forward.
Oh, Trevor Chalobah's coming on.
That's back from injuries, missed the last 3 games. Okay, again now. Memorably scored his first Champions League goal against Juventus recently. Looks like Azpilicueta who will make way. That'll be a like-for-like switch. Chalobah, I think, will just go to the right of the back 3 there. Reece James. Goal scorer Mason Mount. 2 England players combining. Azpilicueta soon to be substituted, we think. Mount.
Corner. Kebab.
Good work from Ben Godfrey. Stop the cross getting in. Now here is that change. Chalobah on, Azpilicueta off. Into the last 11 minutes or so here. Whatever the referee's going to add on. quickly with the corner kick in.
Oh!
Silva, who's such a menace in that sort of situation, very, very nearly found a goal.
Oh, Thiago!
Chelsea back ahead. It's a great save from Pickford.
That would have been a popular goal scorer if I winning.
Jordan Pickford. It's a good header. Just hung back, didn't it?
Yes, on! 2 on target and still couldn't score.
Into Pickford's arms.
Twat! What's happening there, Jack?
Pickford just trying to control.
I thought something was going wrong. Stop wasting time! Whoa, out the blade, bye bye.
Any goalkeeper in an away team in Everton situation tonight would be doing, trying to wind down the clock a little bit. Slightly anxious,
Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel, I'd say now.
Fuming, I would say.
Yeah, because that's now 6 games without a
The goal
clean
is
sheet for Chelsea.
coming, but I don't see it. I don't see it.
Only had about 3 or 4 attacks in the whole game. One of them has
I don't see it.
produced a goal.
I hardly see us scoring
Really
another.
priceless goal for them here, and a goal that could have significant bearing on the top of the table situation. James again.
What? What, Jack?
Chelsea do play
Ah,
Liverpool
okay.
and Manchester City in January here.
Just an edginess now to the crowd, frustrated. The team got themselves in front and then allowed Everton to score, and now Everton just try and see this game out as well as they can.
Just to clarify, the Manchester City game, second of those 2 big clashes is away from home. Manchester City have already been here and won, of course. Liverpool will be visiting on January the 2nd. Thiago Silva, there's Chalobah. Supposed to settle into the pace of the game and was nicked away from him. Here's Gordon, who's shown up well in the second half.
He's done well, Gordon. That's when he gets it, drags his team forward and
Gabagin missed out though, didn't he, there in midfield? Barkley's picked it up. And Godfrey's had a great game. Gets across there. Hacked away by Branthwaite, not that far. Second test resumes in the middle of the night our time, 3:30 AM. We're on the air from Adelaide to see if England can make some better progress, put it that way, shall we, on day 2. It's on BT Sport 1 HD. You can feel the anxiety of the Chelsea fans. They're sitting pretty close to us here at Stamford Bridge.
not happy at all. Just that edginess goes on to the players and we try and force things. We need to have clear heads on the pitch.
If they can't find a winner, I might say that a blip has developed into a bit of a mini crisis, but there's still plenty of time. And here's Mount standing this one up. Holgate gets it away. Mount again. If anybody's going to make something happen, it might be him. Pickford. Yeah, they did keep it in play. Everton get a point out of this. I think they're going to feel like they won the lottery. James. Thiago Silva, who nearly restored the lead with that header. Everton keeping their shape. And beginning to see the finishing line just loom into view. Still quite distant, you'd have to say 83 minutes. Could still be another 10-11 minutes of this left when the added time is taken into account.
A real dogged performance defensively from Everton. More and more confident as the game goes on.
Thiago Silva's come up for this again. It's another great delivery. Pulisic got something on it towards the back post but behind the goal, and Everton will take that. Not good from Saul.
It's poor decision, poor execution.
Look at the Everton supporters here. They've had plenty to say about their club's plight, of course, in recent times. Not all of it complimentary, but I think the Toffees fans will be proud of the effort that their side has put in here.
Absolutely.
Now trying to run Branthwaite, and Branthwaite got the challenge, and it will be a corner. It's fair to say Branthwaite might be seeing a bit more first-team action.
Just need an opportunity, these young players. Young players' misfortune.
Need to play it in. Everton get it away. Lewis Dobbin has got absolutely no support. Tried to buy a free kick. And he's done his job pretty well there for his team.
They've actually managed those situations really well, Everton, when they've got the breakaway. I think a couple of those challenges have ended up in yellow cards for Chelsea midfielders, and it just slows the game down.
Well, he needs a result. And his team are, what, about 4 minutes away, possibly, maybe a bit longer than that, from getting one. Could be a dramatic finale here. Trying to lay it forward. Dobbin, he's done well there. Chalobah got it away, not far.
Get it out.
He will be, who picked it up and couldn't make anything of it. Keane went in with the challenge and won it back. Play on, says the referee. Brilliant work that by Keane. And hang on a minute.
He's off.
Here's Dobbin.
He's off.
Turning, twisting, couldn't quite find the half yard he needed for the shot. Well, here's Jorginho, Barkley. Chalobah. There's nothing doing with that, and Ziyech is telling him, just slide the ball into my feet, let me do the rest. Quite a remarkable story we're witnessing here tonight, Lucy.
I think Everton, so far, it's been a perfect away performance in terms of defending. They got the goal. They're defending if their lives depend on it.
That's Dobbin. He's done well there again. Iwobi needs some white shirts to arrive in the middle. John Joe Kenny in into the right area. Jorginho was. Everton have come out to play a bit in the last 5 minutes.
And this is the problem for Everton. It either needs to end up in the back of the net or row Z, because if when Chelsea win it back, they're completely out of shape.
Yeah, that's the danger for them. Chelsea do have the class and the quality to produce something a little extra special, but it wasn't in evidence there. Pulisic hasn't really been able to get into the game and make the kind of impact he would have wanted tonight. They were hoping to play Lukaku, but he is, just to remind you, one of the players at Chelsea has tested positive, along with Timo Werner. And Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ben Chilwell too. And Kai Havertz are waiting the results of the test. Not very well. Havertz had it pretty badly before as well. It's Gababin. Moved forward by Godfrey. We'll get Lucy to have a think about her man of the match in a minute. Everton get a free kick. Last minute of the 90 here.
So shit.
How much added time? We're about to find out.
Ah, okay.
No, we're not. He's just going to confirm the latest substitution. Tyler Onyango, 18 years of age. Had a minute of Premier League action against Manchester City in November. I think he's only ever played 6 minutes in the first team so far.
Tell you what, these young players for Everton have grown, haven't they, in this 90 minutes? They've been absolutely brilliant.
Kenny to play this one in. It looked like a clash of heads there. The referee will quickly stop the play for that, obviously. Has to. Sowell, and I think it's Keane, isn't it? So who's your man of the match, Lucy?
Well, I think it has
That's
to
a
be
moment.
Jordan Pickford. I think he's been
The legend.
nearly flawless. He saved his team in the moments that matter. Brilliant, brilliant performance. Just one of his many saves, and that's probably the best of the lot.
We've only got 5 away points before tonight. Everton. And at Brighton draws at Leeds and Manchester United. Lost the last 4 on their travels. Silva, mistake. Quickly got the ball back again. Ziyech. Can Chelsea cash in late? Stoppage time, in fact, now. 5 minutes of that.
Thank you very much.
Barkley,
Glad you enjoyed the stream.
Rudiger, Thiago Silva to play it.
Ball not falling for us.
Braithwaite, very cool again. They've missed out there. It's given away by Onyango. The youngster's just come on, and James.
Go on.
Mount, lovely turn.
Oh, okay.
Dobbins done very well there. He's been pretty lively since he came on.
He hasn't had that much of the ball, but he's worked harder when he has got it. He's tried to drag his team up the pitch.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, a key player for them, of course, since the opening 3 games of the season. He scored in all of them. A setback with the injury, but some talk he might be around for Boxing Day, which is their next game now.
There's been a massive miss. He's a focal point. Is where everything goes. Ball goes out wide to Everton and in the box for Calvert-Lewin. Big miss he's been, but they've performed really well defensively tonight, Everton.
Jorginho. Chelsea won it in the 94th minute at the weekend against Leeds United, who looked like going away with a point.
Oh boy.
Ziyech.
Ah.
Returns. Decore got a challenge, and then Gababin to help it out for a throw in. Chalobah to Mount. Danger man number 1. Tonight's performance anyway. Keane just says, lump that somewhere towards the corner, waves his defenders forward to play a pretty high line. Last 70 seconds or so. Chelsea are going to get the 3 points here. They better be quick about it. Chalobah. James.
Oh.
Area. Keane. He's been brilliant as well tonight. He really has. Magnificent display from him. And he might have more to do yet. Chalobah might be the last chance, might be the last drink, and the last chance to learn this for Chelsea here. The crowd beseeching them to get that ball forward.
They're trying to, but they just can't find the space.
James. Ziyech. Referee takes a glance at his watch. It's not over yet though, as Pulisic does keep it alive. It's Rudiger. This is right in front of where all those Everton fans are gathered. And that will do them. Pickford will take several looks at the blade of grass beneath his feet and examine the match ball to see it's still round. Do a couple of stretches.
Tactically, he's got it spot on tonight. Benitez and his team have really worked at a high level, out of possession, grabbed the chance. Some really good performances.
When making his debut, another couple making their first starts of the season. Others off the bench from the academy as well. We're past the 95 minutes. Michael Oliver looks at his watch. He's going to blow, I think, any moment. He does blow, and Chelsea continue to splutter and lose ground in the title race. But what a night for Rafa Benitez. Brilliantly organised his young, experimental team, and they go away with a point, courtesy of a first Premier League goal for one of those teenagers, Jared Branthwaite, with the equaliser. Heroics from Jordan Pickford in goal, and an equally superb display from Michael Keane at the back. So Mason Mount's goal is fourth in consecutive Premier League matches. Doesn't count for any more than a point for Chelsea.
Just looks like they're just dejected.
Really, at the way things have gone for them just lately, just losing ground on Liverpool and Manchester City. But that is a fantastic point for Everton. Whatever their problems, there's nothing wrong with the spirit there. Chelsea won, Everton won.
Thank you very much to Ian and
hopefully you guys have enjoyed this live watch on Chelsea versus Everton. Finished 1-1. Gonna say, not good enough. To be fair, not happy. But what can you say? At least we didn't lose. But we should have won. But like, subscribe to the notifications, get the post. I'll see you guys on. We'll see you guys this weekend. But whatever stream happens, I'll see you on Sunday for Napoli versus AC.